Hi, I'm Erica Forsyth. You may have already heard of the Hawk Children's Fund, but today HRM faculty member Rick Gormley is here to talk about how it's a learning experience for UMES students, right here on Discover UMES in the studio. Hello, Rick.
Good morning, Erica.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First, for anyone who may not know, what is the Hawk Children's Fund?
Well, the Hawk Children's Fund is an academic component of our HRM program where we're letting our senior level management students actually create and manage a company. It happens to be a charity, and it's part of the Maryland Hawk Corporation here on UMES.
This sounds pretty unique. What was behind the Hawk Children's Fund being created?
Well, as someone who teaches management in the senior level capstone course, I always wanted to have my students actually hands-on involved in a company. And several years ago, when the university created the Maryland Hawk Corporation, it gave us the opportunity to do exactly that. I created it as a classroom exercise, and the students decided to create the charity because they wanted to help children in Africa.
So it sounds like this Hawk Children's Fund really is a teaching tool. Explain that.
Well, if you think about the components to run a business, our students first have to come up with a 3-year strategic plan, as you would and run a business. Then they have to come up with annual goals. Right now they have their 2010 goals. Then they break into different committees. Marketing committee, that committee has developed a website, a brochure, a newsletter twice a semester, and then they have to figure out how they're going to raise the funds, but most importantly, what they're going to do with the money they raise. But each component is totally under control of the students.
Now, everyone knows that there's a big difference between going from something being on paper or something just being an idea to actually having something finished, to accomplishing it. So have they completed anything over in Africa?
Well, yes, they started in 2008, and the first project they decided to fund was to build a new school for some children in a rural village in Uganda, Chamalinga. From that, in the fall of 2008, they created the Buy a Brick program. The architect told us they needed 5,000 bricks to build the school. So on campus, for $1, you could buy 1 brick. Amazingly, it took the students only 4 months to sell the 5,000 bricks on campus. So their signature program in 2000, the school has actually been built and it's now open.
Well, this is just so impressive that our students are having an impact, all the way across the world. What's up next for this impressive project?
Well, I just have to say, in all fairness, it's not just my students. It's a community-wide, campus-wide event. When we raised $5,000 to build the school, that was the entire UMES student body involved. We were just simply the managers of it. We're doing a follow-up program now. It's called Buy a Book. For $1, you contribute to the program, and what the students have decided is the most important thing to teach these 300 primary school children is how to read. So they're trying to raise an additional $4,000 right now, which will train all the teachers how to teach reading. It will buy all the reading textbooks, and it will bring in outside evaluators to assess that the children really are learning to read. So that's their 2010 program.
Excellent. And we're almost out of time, but we should mention that you are working with partner organizations in Africa who are physically building the school, et cetera, in case anyone out there is wondering, well, how are they actually doing this?
That's right. Our role is twofold. Letting our students create and manage a business and raising the funds. And as you say, always partner organizations. So an organization called One School at a Time was our partner. They physically managed but it was the people in the village. I mean, it was a village project. The villagers made all the bricks. So we provided the money. Our partner provided the management oversight. And that's been the model that the students developed.
Talk about a team effort. Well, thank you very much for joining us,
My
Rick.
pleasure.
And thank you for joining us on Discover UMES in the Studio. We'll see you next time.